Thanks for tuning back in to Hollywood Revisited. Today, we're taking a trip back to a quirky hotel full of unforgettable characters as we explore 27 crazy facts that we bet you didn't know about Fawlty Towers. My name is Amelia, and we've got a lot to cover, so let's get rolling. Number 1. John Cleese once unintentionally let slip in an interview that the personas of Basil and Sybil Fawlty were inspired by real hoteliers, Donald and Beatrice Sinclair of the Glen Eagles Hotel in Torquay. John would later use the name Donald Sinclair for his eccentric billionaire character in 2001's Rat Race. Number 2. Although Donald Sinclair refused to talk with reporters after the revelation that he was Basil's real-life inspiration, Sinclair's daughter did eventually end up talking to the media. She admitted to never having seen the show, but after being shown Cleese's performance, she acknowledged the similarities by responding with, "Yep, that's Daddy." Number 3. The show had several cheeky nods to the real-life inspiration for the hotel. For example, in The Builders episode, Basil suggests that the guests dine at the Glen Eagles. And in that same episode, Polly gives out the hotel's address as being in the town of Torquay. In fact, some of the events in the show were also inspired by real-life events that occurred at the Glen Eagles, such as complaints about eating habits being too American, and an incident where a briefcase was actually chucked over a wall due to a bomb scare. Moving on from the Glen Eagles with number 4, did you know that John Cleese and Connie Booth started scripting the show as a married couple? By the second series, their marriage had ended, but their collaboration continued brilliantly. Number 5. Did you ever notice the changing hotel sign? From watery fowls to Fawlty Towers, these were anagrams devised by disgruntled paperboys. Number 6. Accent challenges were no barrier for Andrew Sachs. Originally a German Jew, he later dubbed his lines into German while maintaining Manuel's Spanish accent. Number 7. Despite Andrew Sachs' brilliant portrayal, Cleese once nearly knocked him out with a saucepan during filming due to an unplanned move. The poor hapless actor was left with a headache for 2 days. Number 8. In his final interview in 1980 with BBC Radio's Andy Peebles, John Lennon declared the series to be the greatest show I've seen in years. John Lennon was reportedly such a big fan of the show, he wanted to make a guest appearance. And he wasn't the only celebrity fan. Martin Scorsese also admitted to not being able to get enough of the show. Number 9. While many viewers find Basil amusing, he was meant to be a totally unlikable character, only behaving nice towards people who can improve the status of the hotel, and becoming rude as soon as he finds out they won't. According to Cleese, people might feel sympathetic towards Basil since he makes them laugh, but they would hate him if they met him in real life. Number 10. Like all great series, Fawlty Towers has had its share of nods in other productions. A modern example of this can be found in 2016's Deadpool, when Wade Wilson playfully references Basil Fawlty as he's questioning the antagonist Ajax in a mock British accent.
Is it Basil Fawlty?
Number 11. Following the series' success, the actual hotel used for Fawlty Towers' exterior shots burned down in 1991. Now the land is occupied by 8 homes. Number 12 involves a plot of sweet revenge. After a scathing review from critic Richard Ingrams, John Cleese wrote a character named Mr. Ingrams into an episode which involved an awkward situation with an inflatable doll. Number 13. It took an intense 6 weeks to script each episode, with only 5 days to rehearse and 1 evening to record it live. Then, for every single entertaining minute of Fawlty Towers, the production team labored for almost an hour in editing, totaling around 25 hours of editing per episode. Number 14. Despite the series' acclaim, Cleese's earnings for the entire first series amounted to just £6,000. Which is equivalent to about £34,000 today. Number 15. A BBC strike postponed the airing of Basil the Rat by 6 months, which ended up making it the unintended series finale in 1979. Number 16. Rumors of a mysterious lost episode centered around a hotel blackout have abounded for years. yet both cast and crew deny its existence, and no BBC records have been found to support this claim. Number 17. Americans have attempted to recreate the Fawlty Towers magic thrice, with adaptations of Snavely, Amanda's, and Payne, all failed to capture the original's essence. Number 18. In a touching gesture after Andrew Sachs passed away in 2016, the BBC re-aired Communication Problems with a heartfelt dedication from John Cleese. Number 19. Terence Connolly played dual roles in the series, first as Mr. Waring and later with a toupee as Mr. Johnson. Number 20. Manuel's character sparked debates about potential stereotyping, with some accusing the role of being racist. Andrew Sachs defended the role by asking the question, if it's insulting to the Spanish, what is Basil to the British? John Cleese also emphasized that Manuel was not a jab at foreigners. Instead, his poor English was a commentary on hoteliers hiring desperate workers without proper training. But tell us in the comments what your take is. Number 21. In the Spanish version of the show, to sidestep the stereotype, Manuel morphed into an Italian from Naples, and in the Catalan and French dubs, he became Mexican. Number 22. The beloved elderly characters Miss Tibbs and Miss Gadsby drew their names from literary figures Virgil Tibbs and J. Gadsby. Number 23. Prunella Scales, who played Sybil, was the complete opposite of her on-screen character. There were even scenes reshot because Scales was too compassionate to convincingly hit Cleese. Number 24. In 2020, the episode The Germans was briefly removed by UK TV due to racial content. It was reinstated with an accompanying advisory note following a vocal opposition to the move led by John Cleese on Twitter. Number 25. Andrew Sachs had to be paid damages for his injuries by the BBC after a jacket was treated with acid by the special effects department to look as if it was on fire. It really did burn through his skin, and he unfortunately bore the scars of the incident for a long time. Number 26. John Cleese wrote a forerunner to Fawlty Towers in a 1971 episode of Doctor at Large, entitled No Ill Feeling, in 1971. The episode featured a badly run hotel and a brusque henpecked owner. Producer Humphrey Barclay suggested that a series could be spun out of the premise, and the rest is history. And now topping off our list at number 27. Despite the high demand, both John Cleese and Connie Booth consistently resisted a third series, citing concerns that the quality would be compromised. They believed in the mantra of always leave them wanting more. Thanks for revisiting Fawlty Towers with us. Now the big question is, which of these two videos are you going to watch next? We think you'll enjoy the one on the right, but then again, the one on the left may surprise you. Either way, it's your choice. See you in the next one!